Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, your host, and it's Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel. We're taking a second crack at season ticket baseball, see if I've gotten any better. So, what we're doing is playing opening day 1973. It's the Phillies with Steve Carlton, the lefty, versus Tom Seaver, the Mets superstar right-hander, the ace of the staff, and we're using Digital Diamond to keep track. So far, we made it to the top of the fourth inning. It's Del Unser who's leading off, and we're gonna roll. It's red, white, and blue, and it's a 413. So we're gonna go to the batter card, and a 413 against a righty falls. It's a little number in front of the plate, and it's the catcher Duffy Dyer throws a strike to Milner at first, and that is out number one. So Del Unser, a little nubber, and it's Willie Montanez. Montanez has the stats at the bottom of the card, which is nice. Let me make sure everybody can see everything that I got on my table. Yeah, you can. You see, it's got the stats there, and that's good to have. But I am an APA guy, so they never had any stats on the card. What they had is a lot of like bio info. I had a lot of bio info on the players, which made it interesting. Anyway, all right. Really, I think it made the players come to life. Here's Willie Montanez. He bats from the left side against the righty. So this is going to be a red, white, and blue, a 641. And I think that's going to take us to the ballpark card. 641 is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And he will. Oh, wait. That's in case there's a run around first. There's home team advantage. I guess the home team. Add 10 if home team is batting. Home team is not batting. And so this is what did I say, 641. And like I said, it's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. There's going to be a G3, and that'll be out number two. So Willie Montanez pulls one down the line, but right to Milner at first. And here is Tommy Hutton, another lefty, for Tom Terrific to deal with. And this is another 6. It's a 682. So we're going to grab that Shea Stadium card, 682. And the 682 is going to say a base hit, rips one to right field. Played on a hop by the right fielder Rusty Staub, gets it into Mian, and on at first is Tommy Hutton with a single, a ballpark single. Next up is Greg Luzinski. Now Luzinski had 29 home runs in 1973 with a 285 batting average, so he's coming into his own at this point. Here's the pitch, and again a 6. It's a 676. A 676 is going to be a 676 is a tapper right back to Seaver. He'll go to Milner, and that is a G1, and that retires the side. Let's calm down the family over here. All right, so we continue on here in the bottom of the fourth inning. John Milner, a.k.a. the Hammer, lefty first baseman, lefty power hitting first baseman for the early 70s Mets and mid 70s Mets. And he's facing Steve Carlton. So we will be looking at the left side. And let's do it. Let's roll some dice. Here's the pitch from Steve Carlton. This time it's a 473. So 473 is going to be off the batter, and that's going to be a grounder against a lefty, a grounder to the first baseman. It's going to be a G3. So that's one of the things that I know I have to constantly remind myself is which side is the pitcher batting on, because I could easily just grab onto this one or grab onto this one and just move forward. It's easy when there's two righties, but when there's a lefty and a righty, you got to be aware. So it's similar, a little bit similar to, you have to be aware in Stratomatic, right? You have to know, and you have to keep on jumping columns and crisscrossing and zigzagging But that's the nature of the beast. That's what we're dealing with, right? Jim Fregosi is next. So there's one out here. It's no score in the top of the fourth. And Fregosi is 1-for-1 today. So he singled last time up. And here's a pitch. So again, it's red, white, and blue. So it's a 179. And that'll be off Carlton's card. A 179 is going to be a wild pitch. Now, 179. Hold on a second. 179 is going to be a wild pitch, but there's nobody on base. So I guess we roll again. I'm not sure, but let's do it. And it's going to be a 301. And a 301 is off the batter, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Fregosi goes down on strikes. 2-way. Here's Duffy Dyer. Duffy Dyer today is 0-for-1. Let me go in here real quick and speed this up. Do lightning gameplay lightning, so it doesn't take us that much time. All right, here goes. Duffy Dyer steps in the box against Steve Carlton. And it's a 595. 595 will take us somewhere. And I can't remember where this went. The fives took us last time. Oh, 595 is up here. Or up here, 595. I'm not sure. But that's not even there either. Oh, there it is. Well, not against the batter. It goes up to 519 here. So that, I don't know what the heck you were supposed to do with that at that point. Let me see. These are the instructions. 5 rare plays in defense. Okay, so where are the rare plays? Weather, rolls, deep draw. Oh, are rare plays in another chart altogether? Am I not going to use rare plays on the 5s? Oh, here it is. That's it. It says defense 510 to 5 rolls, 510 directly to the defensive player's card. Oh, that's right. Okay. So it was a 5-9, so that's going to be the right fielder, I believe, right? Because it's always that middle number. Is it going to tell you who it's to? So it's a right fielder's card. So let's go to Montanez in right field and see what his card tells us. This is a little bit annoying. Not too crazy about this aspect of it. But I think, let's see. Okay, so it was, you see, and then it's a 595. That's not even on Montanez's card. So I can't even do that. Okay, so I can't believe I can't figure this out. So the righty is Montanez, and it goes up to 539, and I rolled a 595. So Oh, wait a second. All right. There it is. Okay, I think I figured this out. Hold on a second. I think I figured this out. Montanez's card. Let's see. We'll use I guess it's 539 all the way to 600. So it's going to be an error. Because it ends at 539. I rolled 595, but I believe it continues all the way. Anything above 539 is going to be an E3 on the right fielder. So it's a fly ball, and he drops it, E9, and runner is on at first. I guess I play that right. Who knows? Let me know in the comments so I know what the heck I'm doing. Here is Tommy Seaver batting. Duffy Dyer is on at first. Here's his pitching card. Here's a pitch. It's a 199, and a 199 will be a bloop double. What? Holy smokes. A bloop double, and which with 2 outs, we're going to automatically score. We're going to automatically score Dyer from first base on a bloop double. So that's going to bring up Buddy Harrelson. So Tom Terrific hits one off the end of the bat and it floats up there and it drops in. And coming around to score is Duffy Dyer. All right. And that was red, actually. So that may have meant something. Blue. Oh, that was not red. It was blue. Bloop double. Oh, I see. Look, with 2 outs, 3 bases. Yep. Look at that. All right. So this is 2 outs. With less than 2 outs, it's just 2 bases. But with 2 outs, it's going to be 2 bases plus. So that's an extra base, so he'll come, which makes absolutely sense, and it is what I did, right? Because on a bloop, you are running full blast with 2 outs. All right, so here's Bud Harrelson, Steve Carlton. So the Mets lead at 1-0 here in our first practice game of the season using season ticket baseball. So it's going to be a 343 and a 343 versus a lefty. 343 is going to be popped up, and that looks like it is in fair territory. I'm trying to see. It looks like, yeah, it should be in fair territory. That's the third baseman, Pagan. Pagan waits for it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Mets come up with a run, and that's my first run scored with season ticket baseball. Beyond the time that I played a game, I played a practice game, I don't know, a few years ago. And I now I'm starting to remember why I didn't. I don't know if I played the whole game or I played a part of the game. I'm not too sure. What I do know is that I liked the game and I said, I don't want to play any more of this game because then I'm going to get all hooked. And then that's going to be an issue because I'm hooked onto a whole bunch of other projects, and I didn't want to add another project with a new game set, and it was just the whole thing. But I remember I liked it a lot. I said, this has great potential. And you can play it with basically so far I've gotten through, up in the 5th inning, and I've had a couple of mental issues, but that's more on me. But really, this is a quick start guide. I've played everything so far just on this one page. So, and of course the ballpark card. So, all right. So it's going to be Tom Seaver, righty. I have to keep on repeating that to myself like I do when I play Stratomatic. And it's going to be Pagan, Jose Pagan. I remember him wasn't he with the Pirates for a long time? I thought he was. I don't know. Here's a pitch. And that is a 281 and a 281. Oh, wait a second. I'm seeing something here. Okay. 281 is going to be off the pitcher card versus Tom Seaver versus a righty. So a 281 is going to be a deep fly ball to left field. And that's going to take me to this part here. And then I got to roll a white and a blue, or I can just use those, right? Or maybe not. Maybe I got to re-roll them. I'm not sure. The power of the player, which is a 0. And then it's going to be a 9, and that is going to be a base hit single. A base hit single. Because that's all, right? I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss any. Add batter power rating to 2 10-sided die and adjust for temperature. I did not do the temperature, but that's kind of cool. All right, so I did re-roll the white and the blue, which added 9. So that 9, and his power rating is 0. If his power rating would have been higher, like a 10 or something, it would have been a home run, which makes perfect sense. But I'm going to get a base hit, a little ground ball that shoots through the left side, and the line drive to left, and Jones does not get there. Drops in front of him. Even though I didn't measure the range ability of the outfielder, I thought that would maybe play a role there. But maybe it does somewhere else, right? It could play a role in a different time during this game. It doesn't have to be at that moment in time. All right, so here's Mike Ryan. Now, I did print out a page for bunts. I don't know what. Here it is. So let's see what it says to do. Add 3 if the batter is a pitcher. Subtract batter's contact and power. So I got to subtract 7. So there is no outs. There's a runner on first. So if this number equals or exceeds the bunt threshold in the chart, the batter bunts. And then I understand this, and continues to bunt with 2 strikes if necessary. So if this number, which I just added up, right? Subtract the batter's contact and power. If this number equals or exceeds the bunt threshold, the chart below, the batter bunts. So I think it's a good bunt based on what it's saying. I just don't know who it goes to, but I don't really care. So we're just going to make it an SH1. I'm doing that totally wrong, but it's going to be a good bunt. I believe it's a good bunt. A little convoluted there for me. There's no dice rolling involved or anything. It's just like almost an automatic bunt. I don't know when it could be not an automatic bunt. So if the number exceeds, right, the bunt threshold in this chart, definitely the number exceeds the bunt threshold, I believe. I don't even know what the hell that means. What the hell? What do you the bunt threshold? All right. The batter bunts and continues to bunt. So the number here with no outs is a 1. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means, and I don't really care. So let somebody explain what that means and how you play the bunt, please. All right, here's Denny Doyle with a runner on second base and 1 out against Tom Terrific. Here's the pitch. And that is a 5-10. And a 5-10 will take us again to that situation, to the pitcher's defense. A 5-10 is going to be a 1-6-3 double play, but there's a runner on second. So it's going to be a 1-3, and I'll hold my runner. He is I will hold my runner on there just because he's in scoring position already. Here's the pitcher card. Here is Carlton, Stevie Carlton. That's a 697. 697. And a 697 is going to be a walk. Base on balls. So they're going to walk the pitcher, and he's going to bring up Larry Boa. So Seaver against Boa. And that's a 356. 356 is going to be a ground ball second base. Mian flips to Harrelson for the force. And it's a G46, and that ends the inning. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Learning season ticket baseball. As you can see, I've come up against a couple of things which I'm unclear about, or just don't seem to flow for me mentally or physically. But it's going to be Felix Mian leading off against Steve Carlton. Let's see what Steve Carlton can do here. That's a 359, and a 359 will go here. 359, 359. There it is. It's popped up. Right side. It's Hutton. And that's 1 away. Steve Carlton. And it's a 164. That's off Steve Carlton's card. 164. That's going to be a walk based on balls. So I can see here that there's a column where the side of the batter doesn't matter, which makes sense to me. And there's a batting column here, same thing, that the side of the pitcher doesn't matter. I like that because that's more realistic than always, the lefty or the righty side having an effect. Doesn't always have an effect. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So Willie Mays made it on base, and it's going to be Rusty Staub. and it's a 129. A 129 is going to be, oh, I see. Okay, so it's going to turn into a 329, and a 329 is going to be again a pop-up, this time to the left side, and it's Pagan. So Rusty pops up, and that 329. Yep. All right, and here comes Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones is 1 for 2 today. Here's a pitch, and that is a 670. 670 is a wild pitch. So runner will go to second. Goes to the backstop. Gets away from Carlton. So that puts Mays into scoring position. Here's the pitch. And that's 308. A 308 is going to be a swing and a miss, and a curveball gets him. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Tom Seaver against Del Unser again. Yeah, Unser's 0 for 2. He struck out and then tapped out where the catcher threw him out. Here's Tom Seaver, and that's a 586. So that's going to be the center fielder card, and that's going to be Mays, Willie Mays. And a 586 is going to be a fly ball that he runs down. So Mays, a ball in the gap, a drive, and on the run is Mays, and Mays turns on the Jets and tracks it down. F8. So Del Unser drives one. Montanez, Willie Montanez. Here's the pitch, and that's a 340. And a 340 will be a little nubber to the first baseman's side, and Milner will have nobody to flip it to because Seaver is late covering him. Montanez hustling down the line beats him out. So Montanez is on at first. Next up is Hutton. He bats from the left side. Seaver gets a sign from Dyer. He sets. He's ready. Here's the pitch. And that's a 643. And a 643 will say a fielder's choice. There's like a purple color here. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait. Results in purple change to... Oh, if infielder's playing in. Okay. So 643 is going to be a ground ball second base. Millan is going to flip to Harrelson. Montanez goes in with spikes flying, so he is not going to get a throw off. So it'll be a 4-6. And Hutton is now at first with 2 outs. And here's Greg Luzinski. Good power. Here's the pitch from Seaver, and that's a 3-3-8. And a 3-3-8 is going to be a check swing. They check with the first base umpire, and he rings him up, and that retires the side. 1-0. We go to the 2 aces, right? 2 aces going here. Go to the bottom of the 6th. The Mets versus Steve Carlton. Best way to learn a new game is to grab 2 aces. You don't want to be making pitching changes every minute of the game when you're trying to just focus on learning the rules, right? John Milner's up here against Steve Carlton. Lefty against lefty. Milner today's 0 for 2. And that's a 191. And a 191 will be a blue single. Yeah, so a little Texas leaguer that's going to drop in. It's going to dunk in there. And Milner's on at first. 191. Yes, sirree. Why is it in blue? Why don't they just... I'm not sure why it's in blue. Not sure why it's in blue. Not that I care that much. All right, here's Jim Fregosi. We are going to bunt again. Subtract 4 from blah. There's run on first, so the number's higher, so I guess it's a good bunt. I don't know who it goes to. I don't care. Another bunt, another good bunt. Got to be doing that wrong. All right, Duffy Dyer. Pitch from Carlton. And that's 682. That's going to be ballpark 682. 682 will be a base hit, line base hit to left, and Milner will come around to score. And that's a single and 2 bases, and the Mets have taken a 2-0 lead against Carlton. A ballpark base hit for RBI single for Duffy Dyer. Here's Seaver. Seaver will bunt, And series card. I don't have any power on here. Oh, for content. Lefty batter's result. I don't know. Where do I look here for this? Because there's no power on these cards to affect anything. Oh, I'm supposed to increase, right? I'm supposed to. Where's my bunch sheet? What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. All right. So it says for a batter, subtract. Oh, add 3 if the batter is a pitcher. Oh, wait. I'm getting it. Okay, so I think that other guy was the other guy allowed to bunt. So if it exceeds, it says the number equals or exceeds the batter bunts. So it's got to be a higher number. It can't be a lesser number. And you're supposed to subtract the batter's power and contact. So I guess these guys don't have any power and contact rating. Anyway, these guys I don't think have any for contact ratings under 2. These results take precedence. Okay, so guys with contact and power aren't going to bunt, maybe, are not allowed to bunt. I don't know. Who knows? But he can bunt. So that's going to be another good bunt. All right. I'm waiting for the technology here to catch up to me. So it's going to be another good bunt. And we'll make it to the pitcher. And it's going to bring up Buddy Harrelson. And the pitch, and that is a 349. A 349 will be pop up left side, and that is Pagan. Been a lot of pop ups so far, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 7th. So that's we just played 3 more, and we are going to leave it there. 3 more, so I can get some input on what I'm doing wrong. With the bunting, what's wrong with my bunting? Got to do a lot of bunting in the 70s, right? And this is Tony Porter. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to comment and guide me through this learning experience, right? Always appreciated. And I will continue to make some more videos. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.